Today, I'm making Brigid's crosses. They are traditionally made of straw or rushes. I'm using fresh picked rushes. The first rush stem remains straight. The second one, bend in the middle and wrap it around the straight one. Then imagine a clock and turn the cross so that there's no stem pointing at 9 o'clock. Bend another rush and put it on 9 o'clock. Then turn the cross against the clock and repeat. Bend a rush and put it on 9 o'clock, then turn it. Bend a rush, put it on 9 o'clock, then turn it. Even though the figures are cross-shaped, their origin is probably pre-Christian. The crosses have arms of equal length and are more reminiscent of the sun symbols of the Norse pagans. Sun symbols were probably a form of solar magic designed to encourage the sun to grow stronger and bring spring. It is believed they were used in ceremonies to prepare seeds for sowing. In any case, they are symbols of fertility, protection, and prosperity. The crosses were made at Imbolc. They were hung next to or above the door, near the hearth, and in the stable, anywhere where protection and luck was needed. In the northern hemisphere, winter still has a firm grip on the land at this time of year. In earlier times, February was known as the month of the wolf, or death. Snow covered the sleeping earth, the nights were long, and the merriment of the solstice holidays had faded. Food supplies were running low and beginning to mold, and spring seemed a long way off. And yet, a festival was celebrated. In the cold darkness, our ancestors found a reason to hope. Perhaps a slightly warmer breeze, a few more minutes of pale daylight, or a lone crocus pushing its way through the frozen earth. They created a holy day that is still with us today under many different names. There are numerous overlapping holidays in Europe, all of which are held between the 1st and the 3rd of February. More than any other deity, the 1st and the 2nd of February are dedicated to Brigid, the Celtic goddess of Ireland, who may be the same figure as the Catholic Saint Brigit, who is venerated throughout the world. On her feast day, home and hearth were cleaned and blessed, a fire was lit, compensation was paid, and peace was established. The early Roman Church adopted many pagan holidays and gave them a Christian meaning to facilitate the conversions of pagans. for the fact that she is probably just a myth. Brigid is portrayed in her biographies, myths, and legends as an extraordinarily powerful, loving, and lively person. She's a bundle of contradictions that come together to form a single whole, a personality of fire and water, will and compassion, who dedicated her life to protecting and caring for her people. She's a healer, but also a warrior, a poor milkmaid who demands miracles from God, and a fertility goddess best known to the Catholics as the Holy Virgin. For those who followed some form of pre-Christian spirituality, she was the Triune Goddess, the patron saint of poetry, healing, and blacksmithing, the mistress of the sacred flame and healing springs. For Christians, she was Saint Brigit, a real woman who had actually lived not so long ago. For poets and artists of all kinds, she was a muse. No matter what tradition, their descriptions always match up. We do not know whether Brigid was originally a natural force like fire that was later humanized, or whether she was initially a human who was later declared a goddess. What we do know is that she has been with us for ages, for thousands of years. She is one of the great goddesses and can be mentioned in the same breath as Isis, Ishtar, Hera, and Freya. She has her own face, diverse areas of activity, great powers, and is the main character in many myths.